Hi everyone, this is Becky with Feathered Nest. I wanted to show you real quick the changes made for the spring decor. I did decide that I liked this better than the Easter decor. So next year this will go out at Easter and then stay through the spring with the exception of the sign that says Welcome Spring right here. It will say He has risen, and then after Easter I will change it to the Welcome Spring as it is now. The changes that I made are I took out the candy platter plate that was on the table and changed it out to one of my silver dishes to match the cross and the eggs that I redid. So I also took out, if you'll remember, I have typically 3 candies here, the Reason and the Werther's, and I change out Hershey Kisses for the season. So when I changed it to this dish, I decided that it would be so much easier if I put the Kisses in its own dish instead of trying to fish through and pick out all of the Hershey Kisses. So this always stays the same. I just add to it, and I'll show you the Hershey Kisses. You can kind of see them around the back side there. What I did was the changes that I made was, one, I hung these little lace collars from my cherub's necks, and these are collars that you purchase already made for sewing collars onto little outfits and things. I also took the eggs that I had. The colors kind of bothered me. I know they were spring, but it just didn't give me the right feeling that I was going for. So I took and spray painted them with a metallic spray paint, silver spray paint, Rust-Oleum, of course. I love Rust-Oleum paint. And they already had that kind of sugared glitter on them, so when I sprayed them, it just kind of gave them some extra texture. I also added this fringe bead, these little crystal beads here, and a flower and a new ribbon. And so I think I like that look better than the Easter colors that were there. Because they match my cross and dish. I also fancied up my little lamb, if you remember him from the Easter video. And I kind of distressed him a little bit. I added some lace and burlap ribbon and some pearls and some little charms that are hanging from his neck here with a couple distressed and old flowers and a little pearl stick pin up there in the flower, and I think he looks much better than he was in the Easter video. And then this is, of course, the sign that just changes the wording for the season or holiday. And then coming around the back side, I felt it needed something around the back side because as people are leaving, this is the side that they see. So this is where I decided to put the Hershey Kisses, and I can take these now and recycle them into our theater room and then change out the candy here. And then also I took from my master bathroom my little globe, my crystal globe candle ball, whatever this is called, and moved it in here. I think it looks better in here, so I think I'm going to leave it. So, and then that's just an antique doorknob and our family kind of cards. Has information, our address, and some phone numbers on it. And then coming around to the dining room, the changes that I made in here were for spring, but also we are having, next weekend after Easter, we are having our annual ladies brunch for our Sunday school class. So it is set up also with that in mind. So at where each chair is at, I have a plate ready that can set their brunch plate right on top of that, and then decorated the other areas, the other plates where there's no chair, with some of the serving pieces. And this can also be removed if we need to add chairs to this table. But what I did was add ferns underneath the plates. And I also changed up, because I didn't like the look of the twine carrots. I didn't like, well, I liked the carrot, but I did not like the stems that it came with. So I pulled the stems out, if you remember them from the Easter video. and changed them out to this fern stem, and I like that much better. So I also changed out this platter here. I had a little turntable here, and I decided that I think it will be more functional at our breakfast table. So I moved and changed that area as well. And then at each place setting, I have my vases, like I said, and I also said that this sometimes changes. And so I added each little place has a little burlap and kind of lace and little stick pin and things. Each one is just slightly different and has a slightly different little look to it. So that is what that is. And then I am still setting up over here. In about a couple of days, I'll be doing the video on how I set up for the ladies' brunch. And this is an area that I'm working with. It may or may not stay this way. We'll see when I start actually getting it set up. But this is where the beverages and everything will be. And I'll go into more detail on that with the brunch video. I'm going to try to turn a little bit slowly. Sorry. So as not to get everyone dizzy. Okay, so then y'all saw my pedestals that are at the other end of the sink here. I changed out the rabbits, bunny rabbits that were here where this bird is at, and I changed it out for the bird. So it has the bird here and also in the pedestals, which you know the story of that if you watched my Easter video. And then over here, like I said, is where I put the turntable, and I'm still playing with this. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with it, so that's nothing really. And then I also did not decorate the mantle. I did get my clock for the mantle, but I also thought I have trouble with coffee tables, so I decided what I was going to do with my coffee table is whenever we have our get-togethers or luncheons or brunches or whatever, we tend to eat our dessert in here in the living room with cups of coffee and, you know, sit around and talk and eat our plates of dessert. So I decided that instead of the glass domes sitting on my buffet table empty all year round, I was going to use this as our dessert table. And let me kind of show you what I've done. Is when we're not having an event or desserts out, that my domes will house something decorative like these little birds' nests, and they'll be in the domes. But when I have a dessert in the container, I will take out the little nest and place it right underneath, so it still looks decorative when it's in use as a cake or dessert plate. And when it's not, it will have something themed inside of it. And then we can just come in here to get our desserts. So since he's a chocolate Easter bunny, I went ahead and put him out. And he's one that I also blinged up and decked out with some nice fun ribbons and lace and burlap and stuff like that. And then I also took one of my large eggs, and I love bling, so you know, I had to bling out the egg and also make it coordinate. And he's just sitting on one of my crystal dishes, and I can always remove that egg and set it to the side if I want to put, you know, maybe brownies or something in that plate. And then these are just a couple egg holders. Those are not real eggs, they're ceramic. And then around the back is where I will have the pedestal and the pedestal with the dessert plates and forks. And this is it right now, and when I get it finished being set up for the ladies' brunch, I will show you that in the video, because I'm not quite done with this area right here. So I'm working on that. And that is it for the spring decor. So I hope you have a blessed day. Oh, also, well, I can probably show you that on when I do the pet video, but I found a way to get rid of the tray underneath Princess Buttercup's birdcage. So I'll do that on a pet videos if you're interested. So anyway, that is my spring decor, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye now.